There's an African proverb. It says, go as far as you can see, and then you'll be able to see even farther. I think there's a lot of people probably even listen to this that know that they want to do more and can do more, but they're just afraid to take that step or that risk.
What's going on, guys? So in this video, I talked to my man, Shawn Greenway, founder of LeadDragon.io. That's his SaaS platform that he developed on Go High Level. It's pretty well known in the space. He's won the High Level SaaSpreneur Award, which means you have over 100 sub accounts. So we dive into a lot of different areas of his life that has helped him succeed and what he's doing right now with FormWise to help agency owners scale. Pretty good stuff. A lot of spiritual and mindset tips as well. So a lot for anyone, no matter where you're at in your journey, to help you level up. Enjoy.
So when I was in that space, I wound up at the end of my term there in business development side because I had got into doing videos, the marketing side, and I loved it. So that's eventually how I decided to walk away and, met Javier, and then me and him decided to let's just, join our skills together. He had a lot of the digital background. Mine was more of the sales, business development, the video side of things. So we started that journey about 5 years ago. And then it wasn't long after that, Adam, to where I think we come across High Level November of 2019. And then really for that first year that we had it, we were just using it as to help us with fulfillment in our marketing agency. So it took us to like early 2021, I guess it was, when we woke up one day and I was like, oh my goodness, we could sell these sub accounts and really make a business here. So that's when we white labeled and got our white label going. And then really when we got those first like 2 or 3 of our first clients, I had one guy that kept calling me back and said, hey, I got another guy that might be interested in this. Can you talk to him? And that went on like 3 or 4 times. And I was like, I need to start an affiliate program. So all we've really done, Adam, during that, especially those first 2 years of High Level, was I just was replicating what High Level was doing. It's like, if they're winning with their process, let me do the same thing. I started an affiliate program, and that's how we grew. Like, if you find us somewhere in the High Level community in there, one of the testimonials that I gave to Chase back then was how we went from 90% agency to 90% SaaS in less than 1 year. And it was because, we put ourselves out there, wasn't afraid to get started. And we started that affiliate program, just made us just scale up really quick. So then you want to fast forward like up until like last year, we won our first SaaSpreneur Award for the first time that they had it. We just came back from the summit, won our second year in a row SaaSpreneur Award.
Over 100 sub accounts, right?
Over 100 sub accounts. And during this process, as you know, as an entrepreneur, is that you see other opportunities, right? Once you put yourself out there and you start talking to enough people, you think you have new ideas. So late last year, when artificial intelligence, kind of come to the forefront for the public and everybody, we had come up with a tool that we put inside of our white label, and then we decided to sell it to the community, and we had hundreds of people sign up for it. So earlier this year, we decided it morphed into what's called FormWise. It was a better version of what we had started because everybody loved what we were doing, but they're like, hey, we want to build the specific tools for ourselves, artificial intelligence. So I was like, okay, cool. So that's how FormWise got started. And now here we are, mid-November 2023. And it's kind of surreal of how far we've come from agency to High Level to white label to now this other software that's a great addition to High Level. And even if you're not on High Level, we have marketers, freelancers, agencies, coaches. We had a lady today on our office hours that helps people get on podcasts. And she's had this crazy idea of how she's going to use FormWise Form to be able to create media kits and all this stuff. So there's thousands of use cases for that. But, that's kind of like just a quick overview from the past 5 years. And it seems like a blur too. It's like, I remember sitting that first day, me and Javier starting our agency, with just a couple of clients. And now here we are 5 years later. I'm like, wow, all you need to do is just, put yourself out there and you can learn as you go. So that's kind of the quick overview. I love sharing that journey.
What was that African proverb you said? I think that was a really good one.
Yeah. So one of the things that I really love to, like, sometimes, whether you're an entrepreneur, an agency, or you're just getting started, if you're listening to this, is that you don't have to get overwhelmed or be afraid of things. So there's an African proverb, and hopefully I say this right. It says, go as far as you can see, and then you'll be able to see even farther. And that really means, like, an example would be like, imagine, like you're on, let's say you're somewhere flat, like in Florida on the beach. You can only see what to the horizon if you're looking down the beach, right? Like you might see the boardwalk at the horizon or something, but you can't see past it. So some people are afraid to move forward because they're scared of what's beyond the horizon. Once you go far enough, like on the beach thing, you go to the boardwalk, guess what? You're going to be able to see another. So don't be scared to get started on something just because you don't know what's over the horizon. You'll find out quick enough, and you'll be amazed sometimes when you get there. We've been amazed to where we've gotten to that horizon and go, wow, the other side is not as tough as we thought. But then there's sometimes you get to that horizon and be like, there's another battle ahead, but at least you're prepared for that next battle because you went through this battle, right? So, life itself is a journey and a battle. No matter what, who's listening, what your faith is. I'm, a man of God, and I know that if life was easy, what fun would that be, right? But it's fun as an entrepreneur because this entrepreneurial journey, it's about taking risks. But sometimes, and then you can take calculated risk. So, me and you talked before the show, even about your side of like even the high level side. You just have to put yourself out there. It's that makes it a lot easier.
The only time you're going to use faith is on this side of eternity, right?
That's right.
All the time we actually have problems. From what I understand of the other side of heaven, I don't think there's going to be many problems. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So what do they say? You're actually going to live forever. It's just your decision on where that needs to be. So, but I think part of like here on earth is that, the journey, you got to love the process. I remember when I was, doing the 9 to 5 for years, like I'll be 54 next month. So I've lived a lot of life. I've lived, I've started businesses. I've owned businesses. I've been at big companies where I've worked corporate. As a matter of fact, in my 20s, I worked for UPS. So I worked for one of the biggest companies in the world in my 20s. And I absolutely hated my job. And I knew I was not in a good spot because that feeling and you should do more. I think that's where a lot of people, I think there's a lot of people probably even listen to this that know that they want to do more and can do more, but they're just afraid to take that step or that risk. So I even tell the young guys at the gym sometimes, it's like, I'm not saying quit your 9 to 5 and just completely walk away, but start, learning a new skill. I'm sure, Adam, that you have a lot of training stuff that people can tap into and listen to and on your journey to where they can learn a new skill. Because, this is the digital age. Like I could literally, after this call, pick up my laptop, put it in my backpack, get in my truck and drive 1,000 miles to Miami, which would probably be about right, 1,000 miles. And I could, if I wanted to, I could stay down there for a couple of months and work if I want to. You couldn't do that 20 years ago. Now you can go anywhere in the world, with, having a digital type of office. So I love it. Even at my age at 54, I still feel like I'm, in my 20s because it's flexible. There's no, we've probably talked about this before, but there's no, that dream of a Tim Ferriss 4-hour work week where you can work on the beach and money just rolls in. That's probably doable, but you got to have a lot of things set in place. Like, some affiliate money, have your own business rolling, having, some good employees. Yeah. It's going to take some time to get there, but you're already headed in that. You're in the right direction for sure. I'm in the right direction. So that's kind of like, the Tim Ferriss kind of started it all for a lot of people.
Yeah, he did, right? He definitely was a forerunner for that type of mindset, which I'm thankful. I haven't read it in a long time. I read it back in the day, but it definitely was inspiring.
Yeah, I think it come out, I want to say, God, it was maybe way back in 2007, 2008, but it was like, when I first read that was the first time I really started thinking about not only being, because I was already an entrepreneur at the time. I'd already started businesses and sold businesses, but it made me start thinking about not having to necessarily go into an office every day to have these businesses. And now that everybody's got, you can tap into anything on the internet and make money. And that's why, how Foremost come about too, because we want to help people get out of that rat race, right? And let me know too, Adam, if you want me to share a couple of things here on the screen for the audience to kind of give a little sneak peek, if you will, if you want to do that.
Yeah, let's talk about what you guys are doing with FormWise and how that's helping, agency owners and other people and SaaS and what it's all about for sure.
Yeah, so I'm just going to show your audience just a couple of quick things. FormWise, like I said, we put that together. Let me share my screen. So we really, our tag is like we want to put AI and marketing back into the hands of the marketers. So as you can see here, this is like the main page. And I think, if you're watching this, look below or above, Adam's going to have a link to go check it out because we do have free trial for FormWise. So ChatGPT, like a lot of people out there, Adam, like us, we know how to go use ChatGPT. We know how to prompt it and do all those things. But this is going to make it easier for marketers or even the common folks to be able to go create their own tools, to be able to either use them as lead magnets or even gate them and monetize them and make money. So I won't, spend too much time on that other than I'm going to go straight into several use cases that I can show people how that can be done. So this is our white label GHL site. So what we've done is we've embedded 3 of the tools that we created for this site for people to be able to go onto our site and be able to use an AI tool like this right here. And we have tons of people using these tools every day, and we don't mind because they're coming back to our sites all the time, right? So so we teach people, just like with you, Adam, I think it'd be a good idea for you is to go either have 1 or 2 or 3 tools like we've got, put it on your sites so that you can get people coming to your site, and it'll help your SEO as well. So that's kind of a trick there, but place it sometimes like we didn't put it under our offers, but the best thing you can do, Adam, is have it down low enough, like where they have to pass your offers every time to get to those free tools. Because eventually they'll be like, man, Adam's been giving me this free stuff over and over. Looks like he knows what he's doing. I need to use Adam. And then they'll go to your offer. So that's one case. This is kind of like an easy way to do a lead magnet to keep them coming back and staying top of mind. The second way, in my opinion, too, is if you can see this screen, we created this as a use case, and now it's like it's an actual business, videoscripts.ai. We knew that there were a lot of people out there that don't want to learn artificial intelligence. They don't want to go figure out how to go to ChatGPT and start using that. So we made it real simple to where the common people can have a tool set. And there again, we did the same thing here. We embedded a free tool here so they could try this out, okay, get familiar with it. And if they sign up, like over here to the left, they're going to get a set of AI tools that they can use. They're not going to have to worry about ChatGPT. They're not going to have to worry about going to get a subscription and having to pay, like a half of a cent every message, blah, blah, blah. We just take care of that, eat it, but we've gated this tool set, right? Here's an example, $12 a month, right? So anybody that's listening wants this, an entrepreneur that's working a job, they're like, how can I make extra money or even eventually replace my job one day?
With AI too, you can leverage it.
Exactly. So if you started something as simple as this, you can charge whatever you want too. Like we just made it fair, like 12. What if you were charging $49 a month for a set of tools for a specific industry? But like in this case, do the math. If you get 1,000 people to sign up at this at $12 a month, that's 12. Do the math. 12,000 a month, right? Not bad, right? That's more than 80% of the population probably makes in a year. So that's an example here. Gate a tool set that you can make from out of FormWise. You can make some really good money with that. Last one I'll kind of show you. This is all like if you had a marketing site, let's say you got a marketing agency or you're going to create a marketing agency, it's just like this. Here's a good lead magnet, free digital strategy generator for business owners. They fill this information out. You give them something really cool to look at. And when this is a wow factor, when someone hits your site, they fill this out, they hit generate, and that spits out, and they see that, that's kind of blow them away a little bit. And they're going to know that they're at the right spot if you got some kind of cool tool that does this. Plus, it gives them good information. Now, whether they book a call with you and do business with you or not, that doesn't matter. But this is goodwill, right? Putting goodwill out there, having things like this, because you're going to set yourself aside from other agencies just by having this right off. Because I promise you go to 100 other agencies, good luck. I bet we're probably 1 in 1,000 that have something similar to this, but you can easily create that, with inside of FormWise. So I just wanted to kind of show you those examples, Adam, to your audience and let people know that you don't have to know everything about technology. Like, I'm not technical really that much at all. And I can use FormWise because it's a lot of drag and drop, kind of like high level. We call it low code, no code, right? There's already, I believe it's over 80 templates already in there. So literally someone could sign up today, get in there, take 2 or 3 tools, just like I showed you, put it in a tool set, and then embed that tool set on your website. And you got now like a lead magnet for people to want to keep coming back. Or you could take, let's say, 10 really cool templates that are in there, put them in a tool set, and then go over and gate them in a WordPress site.
What does that mean, gate?
$49. Gate them, meaning they got to sign up and they get a login.
Okay.
Do a login. Now, I'll let this out of the bag. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think we found a solution through a guy, I think in the community, that may have a easy way to set up high level to where you could just have that one section to where they sign up and be able to log in through your high level just to get that tool set. But for now, let me show you one other thing I'll show you that you might be interested in seeing. Let's find it real quick. Is that we already have the ability, if you got FormWise, to where you can easily put a tool set over into your
custom menu.
Yes, we can make it automatically go in there from FormWise into there because we have it to where it can talk to that. So I'm going to show you that on the screen real quick. And that'll be the last thing that we show on the screen. We just named it AI Tool Suite on our white label. So let's show that. Okay. So this is in our white label GHL. As you can see, if you're familiar with this, I know you are, Adam. On the left-hand side, all the menu down here, we got it named AI Tool Suite. So check it out. We probably got 40 tools total with inside of here that we just put it in as added value to our white label. But we do know some people that are actually charging an upgrade to get AI tools. So think about, let's say you're selling at $297 a month or whatever, or $497 for your white label GHL. You could, if you wanted to, you could say, hey, for $50 more a month, I can give you some specific AI tools that will help you with your business. So like here, let's just pop into this 11 tools, general copywriting tools. So we just make it easy. I mean, like they can do whatever they want to in here. Website, copy generator, pop in here, boom. They put a little bit of information in, hit generate. It already takes care of going to the OpenAI for you, gets that information, comes back, and then it's about a 10 to 15 second response. And you got some sweet copy to take from here and put it on anything that you want to. So like,
because the average person is, like you said, they're not very tech savvy and, having to go to OpenAI, and now you have to, well, at least for the upgraded one, you got to have a subscription, and it's kind of just a pain to get from OpenAI to the ChatGPT.
Yeah. That's
so
it.
You have it all.
Yeah. So look at it this way too. Not to get technical, but like in FormWise, we have what's called prompt chaining. Your output from AI is all about what you put in. So if you want good out, you got to put good in. Bad in, you get bad out. If you're sloppy, you're going to get the bad results out. So that's why with a FormWise platform, it's going to allow you to be able to put good prompting in. And then there's what's called prompt chaining, which is similar to what we call workflows in high level. So if you'll picture a workflow in your mind and high level, how it works, you got the top one, then you got action, 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 action. Same thing for the prompt chaining in FormWise is that it'll take that first question and then you can prompt chain it to say, okay, after that first question is answered and pulled through ChatGPT, then we're going to use that information to go to the next step. And then that way it can make it more robust. And then you can have like a long prompt chain to where you can almost have like a bespoke type of situation for industries.
Is that something that's out right now in FormWise, or is that something that's being developed?
Yeah, it's already, the prompt chaining is already in there. So it's incredible what it can do. Now, here's what's funny. We've got one of our power users. They're in the real estate world, and I'm not going to name their name for purposes of privacy, but they've already built over 400 tools in FormWise, and they use it to a T. We got the idea of embedding the forms on the websites from them. I'm like, that is awesome with their use case. So that's how they get a lot of their business, is that they take ever how many tools it is. I think they've got maybe 5 or 6 tools embedded into their website. up under the offers, meaning that every time somebody comes back to use those free tools, they pass those offers as they're scrolling. So probably every day, a couple hundred people are probably seeing those sweet offers they got just to go to the free tools. So, and now they're getting traction from those offers because so many people are coming to their website. So just that alone is, and you can do that from day one from signing up. So
That's real estate, like a real estate agency. So they target like other realtors or like
they're not a real estate agency, but they target real estate agents. And I think I think they even tap into the loan officer side as well.
Sure.
But that's just one like use case. I could go on for hours and tell you all the other use cases, but man, we see new ones every day. Like, put it this way, it's like whatever just like the old saying, whatever your mind can conceive, you can achieve or whatever. Same way here. There's really not there's not a lot of limitations on what you probably could do, but it just comes up with like, what business are you going after? What is it they could use that would help change their business, make more money, save them time, but not only for other businesses, for your own. We create forms for our internal business, for all of our 3 businesses to use operational stuff. Like on our marketing side, when someone signs up, we've got a formalized form for like an intake that we fill out. Once that's filled out, guess what? It creates us emails, text, all the information that we're going to need for that business from day one, from when we sign that person up on the marketing side. So we do have that. So we created the snapshot generator that I think you've probably seen before. So anybody that's listening, that's like even in the high level side, you can have a tool to where you can put your client's information in, the website, what their offer is, what, their services, products, all that information. And then you can have it prompted on the back end, the prompt chaining, to where you could have it to create 10 different sales emails, 10 different sales texts, so on and so forth. How cool is that?
That's huge, man. It definitely harnesses AI, makes it simple. And I'm like, dude, how many other ways can this be used? You can do like surveys and whatnot too. Can you?
Yeah, it's no different than because a lot of people are used to forms and surveys in high level. They're used to type form, all those. So just imagine kind of replacing all of that stuff if you wanted to. We're rolling out another update next week that we're adding what's called slide text, so that when those outputs come in from the generation, it'll start the slide text, you can see this texting across the board. Right now, when you hit submit, it's like 10, 15 seconds, and then it puts the whole thing, all your stuff. But we really wanted the slide text, so we got our developers like, yeah, get that going. So slide text is coming next week. Now you're going to be able to, I think, do the colors on form pages and stuff like that. So, anybody that's listening, just go dive in, go check it out. It's a 7-day free trial through Adam's link. So telling you, man, it's just weird. Here we are in November, and we talk about Formwise. We just come back from the summit too, and we had such a big response at the summit from a lot of the people there as well. So we're excited.
Everyone was excited about it, I bet.
Yeah, because, like Adam, you got what you're doing with high level and all the affiliate side, like you'll see a lot of the ones that are in the community, there's going to be more of it. So that's why I was like, I appreciate you letting me be on the show today, because this is, it's good exposure for us. Always good exposure for you, because me and you both know that attention is the most valuable asset out there right now, right? Got to get that attention, man. They got to know you. What does Grant Cardone say? They got to know you to flow you.
That sounds like a Cardone message right there. Oh, that's hilarious. So true, though, man. That's so true.
It is. So, and I meant to ask you too, how did you get started in the marketing world? How far does it go back for you?
Yeah, man. Similar message to like what's in front of you. What can you see? Just take action on that. Like I can attest to that principle. Like I started as a gym owner for 9 years. That's really, when I was 24, started the gym, just started training, and didn't want to, it's traditional entrepreneur getting started out, didn't want to work for anybody.
Yeah.
That was my sole motivation. It's like, I ain't going to go train for LA Fitness and make them all this money. So started my gym and got plugged in with some mentors like Bedros Keuilian. He's a somewhat famous entrepreneur nowadays. Started Fit Body Boot Camp. So I got in with their class. I just always believe it. You find people that have been where you want to be and get hire them as a mentor, right? So, and then about, was it 2019? Bought one of those courses for, what is it? What is his name? One of those SMMA courses I bought
Oh, yeah.
and
Was
sat
it
on.
Ty Lopez or
No,
Hermosi or him?
Tyler, younger dude. I can't think of his name. But, kind of went through the course, took my time, and then decided to start helping other gym owners, which is funny. You talk about mindset. It's like, dude, that's such a hindrance. For me, it was like, I didn't think I had so much imposter syndrome. I'm like, oh, I'm not $1 million gym, so how can I help other gym owners? And I was doing fine. And I was profitable. I had a decent business. But that was like one of the main barriers for me to really get into the marketing game and start helping other gym
Yeah.
owners. Like I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, but most, I was going to, ask you that question, like, what stops people? I think that's one of the big things that
Yeah.
everyone hears it. Everyone struggles with that, but other
Yeah.
people that just like, they let that crush them.
Yeah, I can tell you, man. I mean, mindset is the number one thing. Events. He was an Indian guy, but he was a billionaire. I literally got to talk to a billionaire, which was blew me away. But he was just a dude like me and you. He wouldn't went at them. I mean, he was very smart and he knew the things he had to do to get to where he's at. But all these guys, they're just like us, guys, girls. The lady that owns, what is it, Spanx? What's her name? Owns Spanx. It's a billionaire. They did the same things that you and I are doing, Adam, and they just continued to parlay that over and over and create stronger mindset, better processes, and just never stopped and let up. So, man, thanks so much for having me today on here. I know you probably got to run. Our time is running down, but hopefully somebody grabs some nuggets from me and you that last part.